What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Big Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
It's time for another Tabletop Takeout Tuesday, my friends, and as you know, I'm your buddy Big Johnny G, and I'm here to give you some bullet points as to why it is that myself, my partner Tom Vulo, 20-sided warriors, read my wife, may enjoy when a specific title hits that table. So please sit back and relax as we cover this. Well, I mean, when I get into super depth, I'm not going over the rules, how to play everything, just talking about the reasons why we enjoy. And as you saw from the thumbnail, this is a little game called Crypt. Crypt is a game by Road to Infamy. And Road to Infamy kickstarted this. I was part of the Kickstarter on it, which is how I got the game. And I've been playing it ever since. Granted, most of the time I play it around October, but it is good for any time of the year. Interesting concept in this. The king is dead, and you are a relative who feels shorted from the inheritance. So you're sending your workers, who are represented by a die, into the burial chamber to steal from your relative, the dead king. Interesting concept indeed. You see why I like to play it around Halloween time in October. But yeah, like I said, you can play it any time of the year and you're still going to have just as much fun. The core of the game really is just dice placement. So there's going to be a series of items out each turn that you can be able to send your servants, the dice, down to try to collect for you. And yeah, it's dice placement, and then you determine how much energy is that servant putting into doing this for you by the number on the die. So when it comes time to roll, that's what you're rolling against. And too much energy, too much work, and they're going to get tired and have to put to the side. It's a very simple system, and it definitely works. It feels like a bidding system, and maybe it is based on a bidding system somewhere down its original line. And I've never been a big fan of bidding systems, but it works for this. I mean, it's not a bidding system. It just feels like one to me, but feels like one that works. Now, the playtime on this is under 30 minutes. Learning curve for new players, a bit of an added curve for more players in the game, but if you know the rules and you've gone through the game a couple times, you should plan on this costing you less than 30 minutes of your time. That's pretty damn good. Sometimes you want a quick filler game that's going to give you the feeling and the sensation of something, in this case, a theft game or a horror game. Very, very light horror. Actually, unless you're playing solo, there's really no horror in it. Except that you're stealing from the dead. Now, this will do the job. It'll get to the table fast, you'll play it fast, you'll have a good experience with it, and you'll be ready to either move on for another replay or move on to the bigger game of the day, the non-filler game, the meat and potatoes of your game day. But either way, this is going to be there for you to give you a good time. I think that, even though the concept of the game is wrapped around stealing from the dead, sending your servant dice out and placing them on those cards to steal from the dead. Even though it's about that, I still think this can fly through the radar as a family game. It's lighthearted. It's fun. How you deal with the individual NPCs, merchants that buy stuff, to pushing the limit of your servants. It does have a slight tongue-in-cheek, fun feel to it that I think can appeal to families. Again, you have said this before in other videos, and it's true. You know your family, you know your kids, so that decision is totally up to you. It's just how I feel about it from my point of view. I don't really think this is a gateway game. I mean, it's an easy game. It's a quick enough game to learn and get down at the table to teach someone. But just because a game is easy doesn't make me think that it's automatically a gateway game. I'm not sure what this would be a gateway to, other than just tabletop gaming, maybe. It doesn't really fill a lot of categories. some games will be a gateway game into more horror games, more Cthulhu games, fantasy flight games or something. This doesn't have that feeling at all. This just has the feeling of a fun, standalone style game, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It keeps hitting my table because of that. I do believe that if you had a chance to have this game hit the table, play this game, experience it, it's something you're going to want to play again. I think so. Now, ultimately, I am not trying to spend your money. I don't want to touch your wallet at all, trust me. It would be nice, though, to get a chance to watch some playthroughs of this and not take the word of some floating head or disembodied voiceover where you honestly don't know if they're telling you something that's true or something that the publisher may have bribed or bought them to tell you. So do your research, and in this case, I think one of the best things to do is to watch playthroughs. If you watch a playthrough, it will give you a damn good idea whether the game in question is something that you, your friends, your gaming buddies, your spouse, your siblings are going to enjoy. So why don't you go get some more information, come back, and let us know what it is that you think, how you found Crypt to play.